name is Rhonda White. I'm the Managing Director of the White Retail Group. Communication is something that's absolutely crucial to our business and our profession. So we do certainly educate in terms of communication. We encourage people to learn to speak. And when I say learn to speak, I mean formally, because I believe that that helps them project. We talk about 1-minute counselling. That means they are trained to be able to give you 3 very important features about your medication in 1 minute, because that's all you're going to take in. That's what customers do. So the customers call the shots and we need to meet the needs.
My role at Wesfarmers Resources is the Manager of Corporate Affairs and Sustainability. The communication strategy within this business is built around just using a number of communication channels which are available to us to communicate our messages. It is often built around more face-to-face and personal communications, although we do use intranets to communicate with employees about what's going on. We have newsletters, that sort of thing, and emails and small team meetings. I think at our site, it's even more important. That's where you'll actually have the crews who work together, come together early each morning, talk about safety, those sorts of things. So our communication strategy is just built around using the channels that work and not the channels that don't fit our business. Importantly, we don't use channels simply because they're available. We use channels that actually are effective. So we find that works best for our business.
Luke McElwain, stockbroker with RBS Morgans. RBS Morgans is one of the largest retail stockbroking firms in Australia. We own head offices in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. We've got a large franchise network throughout the country as well. I think up until, and we've talked before about, I guess some significant events that we've had over the last couple of years, whether they be the floods, the GFC and all the change in financial markets, it'd probably be fair to say that there was nothing formal around a communication strategy. That's changed with all of those events. A big part of our communication strategy is and I've talked a lot about sort of having the right people in the right roles, communicating complex things in a very simple, understandable way, and that's a big part of our communication strategy. The other component of that is making sure that it's readily available, but we actually do communicate it. I think it's very easy for people in today's business world and today's, whether they be in whatever environment you may like to consider, to have a strategy or to have these things documented, but no one ever looks at them or talks to them. Our motto is to for things like a communication strategy or for anything that involves people understanding what it is where you're going and how you're going to get there, is to communicate it. But a lot of that is driven by those key events that we have once a quarter, getting our key business leaders in, communicating to them on what we're trying to achieve over the next 18 months, whether that be cost cutting, whether that be key changes in the business from an IT perspective, whether it be ideas to talk to clients about, communicating that to our key people and doing it in a way that they understand where it is we're trying to go.
Hi, I'm Jill Holloway, Director of Brand and Marketing at Tourism Queensland. Well, we've got a corporate communication strategy, and then I guess our marketing strategy sets the direction for our communication strategy to the consumer. So we've got 2 different arms, basically one talking to the industry and the government and the media, and then another strategy for talking to consumers all around the globe.
I'm Dean Merlo and I'm the CEO of Merlo Coffee. I suppose my communication strategy involves really how we get out to people and the key stakeholders for us are the customer, our other staff and I suppose the management. And basically we use a whole series of things from face-on-face meetings, which I prefer, and emails, staff newsletters, I suppose in a combination of all of those.
So our workforce is a different workforce. We have a franchise company that services over 160 pharmacies. So to ensure that our workforce, which is the members of our franchise company and our various franchisees, stay on message, I guess we have two different messages to send, and so the rules are slightly different. If it's us, the franchise company, when I'm talking as a franchise company and I take my hat off as an owner of a pharmacy, if we're communicating as a franchise company, we have some formal communication bulletins, and we can communicate at every level to every level of those businesses we serve, whether it's the owner level, who's the franchisor, or the manager or the general staff, and that's been approved by the owner of the business. Those formal communications could be weekly bulletin, they could be flash newses, they could be, and they're available, and of course digitally they're online. We have a rule that all phone calls are returned by close of business the same day, and I can't say that always happens, but that is, I guess, what we're targeting. We have another rule that all feedback, complaints, queries are handled within 24 hours. We also have the ability for all staff members out in the pharmacies to post a concern, and that will be handled and dealt with, and so responded to and dealt with, so we can respond with a definite direction from what we or explanation of what we've done within the 48 hours. So there's various, I think, rules that you put around a communication policy. But our communication policy is talk to anyone at any time when they need it.